Alright guys, BLM here, we're back with more One Piece, Burning Blood. We're going to continue on from where we left off, where we finished the first two fights in the game, and we're going to continue on. Continue on with, episode Luffy here. And we're also going to continue on with the Survivor series, but after this fight, so let's go. Start chapter. Okay, something I didn't know though that I just looked up, that I guess this game is actually built upon like the foundation of J-Star's Victory VS Plus, which I was talking about, the other game that I'm probably gonna play after this. So I probably should have done it in reverse order, but oh well, I guess. Because I guess this came out after that did, and this is like a more improved version. But whatever. Is it improved though? I mean, it's probably exactly the same. Alright, so we're back. We're fighting Hakai Mihawk. Oh, so Vista can help. Okay. So we have support characters. Yeah, this is essentially just a shitty version of it. That's not the worst game though, let's say that. Like I did play a little bit of JS Stars, whatever. J-Stars with 3S Plus. People getting their names fucked up. But yeah, I did play a little bit of that like months ago when I first downloaded it. And it's okay. I mean, again, it's similar to this. It's a kind of ant fighting game, but it has a whole bunch of stone jump characters. Obviously, this one's more focused to One Piece, obviously, because it's a One Piece game. While the other one is like more just generalized between the franchises, but whatever. Alright, so we're back. Yeah, just cutscene with Luffy with him using Luffy as a shield and that sort of stuff. Or Luffy using Buggy as a shield. What am I talking about? Yeah.
戦闘丸の艦隊を白ひげ船団の後ろに回り込ませ挟み撃ちにしたのだ。白ひげ参加の海賊たちから狙え。
But yeah, we're also going to get on Survivor Series again. We made it to one vote past the merge, so we just finished the merge too. So we're going to continue on. We're going to hopefully finish it up in this episode. So next challenge is Castaway's bounce a ball on a disc attached. Alright, we're back. So yeah, they just showed the betrayal Whitebeard there. Yeah, so I mean, as I was saying, challenge is Castaway's bounce a ball on the disc attached to knotted ropes, moving hands back, bounce a ball on the disc. Okay. Again, usually a bigger guy wins this, or at least like it's usually a guy. The only woman to ever win this was Chelsea in Ghost Island, but every other time it's been a guy. New character, Vista. Man, this game really just gives you trophies left and right. Okay. So yeah, I think we'll play out a couple votes here before we continue on playing the game. So yeah, I mean usually it's a bigger guy. Again, I would have said probably like someone like Jesus could have won this if he didn't get voted out at the merge. Alright, these are the people that are left, by the way. So we got Yasa, we got Makino, we got Lucky Roo, we got Monkey D. Luffy, we got Boa Hancock, we got Ben Beckman, we got Koza, we got Shocky, we got Silver's Rayleigh, we got Trafalgar Law. Yeah, Law, by the way. Bentham, and we got Vivi. Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother. Like, why even say the full name? I mean, Nefertari, I can actually say that at least. But I mean, like, Trafalgar? Like, who the fuck decided on that? Obviously it was Oda, but whatever. What's Trafalgar anyway? Like, what does that even mean? Does that actually mean anything? I'm sure it does. Because, yeah, I mean, usually, like, obviously the names. Well, it's a place. Well, that's something. Well, alright, who cares? Alright, so, yeah, who wins this? Again, there's no real big guy left. I mean, Yasop, Yasop and Lucky Roo, they're pretty decently sized. Yeah, I think like Doflamingo would have been a lock to win this if he was still here. I think with the current field, it's probably either Yasop or Lucky Roo. I think probably we'll give it to Yasop, because I think Yasop's more of a better at this sort of thing than Lucky Roo would be. So now we actually got to really split up this group, because again, the last vote, the merge boot, was pretty easy. It was like Jesus was the only one that didn't fit in. Now it's like we have 12 people who are really. I think Luffy is really the glue here. But okay, so we got these groups. We got Yasop, Makono, Lucky Roo, and Ben Beckman. We have Boa Hancock, Shocky, and Silver's Rayleigh. We got Law, who's kind of on his own, which I think is a dangerous spot for him. Then we got Koza and Vivi together. And then we got Bentham, who I think is pretty much with Luffy. I don't think, like, they're pretty much together. So, yeah, I mean, what happens here? This is the thing. Like, does... Like, I can see Law getting along with this, like, this Yasop group. And, I mean, Law also, I mean, like, he at least gets along with Luffy. And they are working together currently in the anime series, but I'm sure that will end at some point. Yeah, I feel like Law is the toughest one to place here. I do have, like, Law, like, again, I'm not as well versed with, like, the little ins and outs of the narrative in the post-time skip stuff. Like, I know the pre-time skip very well, and once we get to post-time skip, it's, like, it's kind of a bit more blurry for me, because, like, I don't actually watch the show or read the manga anymore. I kind of just follow it online from this, like, pretty much ever since Dressrosa. So it's like, I don't know that stuff nearly as well. Like, pretty much Dressrosa on. I don't know. Even Punk Hazard, you could add Punk Hazard in that too. Because I have read Punk Hazard, but to be honest, only once and a while ago. And even Fishman Island, I don't know as well as some other things. So it's like, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think Law... I think Luffy would want to keep Law around. I think that's something... And I think he would also want to keep Vivi around. Which through that would mean keeping Koza. And I think he would want to keep Hancock around. So, I mean, the thing is, like, I don't think Luffy really has an enemy here. And I think that's kind of the problem here. I mean, I think the person that's here that he has the least amount of relationship with is probably Koza. So yeah, I could see Luffy being like kind of not even wanting to really play this game, like not wanting to vote people out. But yeah, at this point, I feel like Koza is the only one that Luffy doesn't know super well. So I feel like I could see Luffy and Bentham, since they're together, going for Koza. But then like all these other groups coming together to do other things. Like I think probably the Shanks group. So it's essentially, actually, this is pretty interesting, actually, because it really becomes a final 10 vote then. Where everyone else pretty much is coming together. Unless like Hancock, Shocky, and Silver, and Rayleigh, and all that. Like, unless everyone else just wants to go with Luffy and vote out Koza. Which maybe that is the case. Maybe they go for Koza here. Yeah, I think they all go for Koza. And I think Koza and Vivi go for Law. That's kind of what I would guess. And I think the next vote will be particularly interesting. Because at that point, we're at 9. Or we're at 11, sorry. And I don't know what the fuck we're going to do with Luffy's vote at that point. Where there's just so many people that like, he pretty much has a relationship with every person left. And I don't see Luffy being the type of guy that would backstab someone, so... but yeah, Koza goes home 10-2. So, Law gets 2 votes. I would think Law would become a target, though. You would think, right? I mean, Law is... again, I don't think Law has a relationship with anyone else here. So, yeah, we'll see, though. Okay, so we're at Final 11. You know what, let's actually go ahead and play another mission. I think that took way too long, but yeah, we'll go ahead and play another mission. Let's go. Alright, so I'm moving around here. I guess we can talk about who wins immunity now. Who wins immunity at Final 11? Final 11 immunity is... standing barefoot on the 8th. Oh, it's the... okay. The balance challenge. I don't know. Who wins this? I guess we'll have to talk about it later because we're about to go to a cutscene, I'm assuming. Alright guys, we're back. We're fighting the fucking Admiral, so that's something. Yeah, Akainu. Yeah. He's beating us, man. Dickhead. Okay, wait, let's pause this for a second. Okay, so, yeah, who would win this challenge? Okay. So, I mean, we got Yasop, I don't think so. Makino, I don't think so. Again, this challenge is more of a, it's a really balance-oriented challenge. Do we really have to beat all 3 of them? Oh, do we just have to survive, maybe? I don't know. God damn, he really is tall, isn't he? And all these characters are tall. I mean, yeah, there's Aokiji. There's Aokiji? It's Aokiji, right? That's how you pronounce it. Yeah, I love how there's oars in the background. Was it Lil Oars Jr., right? That's his name? So, I mean, yeah, I think Lucky Roo, I think, has no shot. I think Luffy, maybe, I guess. I mean, does Luffy have great balance, though? I guess we never really see. Alright, we're back. So, yeah, Marco appeared to save Luffy, so, yeah. Level 3. I don't get what this chart is. Whatever. Now what? What is this gonna be? Final line of defense. Are we ready at the end of this? Of the Luffy one? I don't know, whatever. Alright, let's play out some more Survivors. So, who would win this? Alright, we got Bo Hancock, Luffy, I think they have shots at this. Ben Beckman, I don't know. Maybe. I don't think he's at the top of the list, though. I don't think he's... Maybe Bentham, actually. You would think Bentham has good balance, right? Yeah, let's give it to Bentham, actually. I didn't think of that. Yeah, let's give it to Bentham. Bentham wins immunity. And this could be an interesting vote, or this could be a pretty boring vote. We'll see. So, yeah. So, last vote, Koza gets taken out. And now we're left with... Again, we're left with really random groups here, where we're left with a group of 4 of Beckman, Roo, Makino, Yasop. We have Bentham and Luffy are solidly together. We have Hancock, Shaki, and Rayleigh together. And then we have Law and Vivi both on their own at this point. So essentially, it's a group of 4, a group of 3, and then a couple people on their own. Oh, and Luffy and Bentham, and then a couple people on their own. So really, I think Law. I could see Law teaming up with. I think earlier I said he teams up with the Shanks group. I actually think he probably teams up with Hancock and Rayleigh and Shaki. I think that's the group he teams up with. And I think Vivi probably follows suit. And I think they, with that being a, like, I think Luffy and Bentham, they're working together, but I think Luffy just wants to throw away his vote. I don't think he wants any of these people to go home. So I kind of feel like he just votes for, I think he votes for a person he knows the least, which I think at this point is probably Shaki. Probably. Yeah, I think it's Shaki. So I think Bentham and Luffy vote for Shaki. And then I think really it becomes that Luffy and Bentham kind of take themselves out of the running, and it really becomes a final 9 vote between the two groups of Hancock, Shaki, Rayleigh versus Yasop, Makino, Lucky Roo, and Ben Beckman. And then the 2 in Law and Vivi as the swing votes. So, and I do think they probably go ahead and side with the Rayleigh group, which with that being the case, that means one of the Shanks group is essentially going home. And who do they take out, though? Do they take out Yasop or Beckman? I think those are the 2. I don't think you're getting rid of Lucky Roo or Makino. I think you're getting rid of Yasop or Beckman. I think Beckman is probably the strategic force behind that group. But while Yasop, I think, is a better challenge competitor in things outside of puzzles. And Yasop did win an immunity last time. So I feel like they go for Yasop, which could be a mistake because I do think Beckman has more of a chance to win immunities. But I think they go for Yasop. So it's a 5-4-2 vote. Who's the 4? Yasop, Makino, Lucky Roo, Ben Beckman. I think they probably go for... Well, the thing is, though, I think they would go for Shaki, though. I think they could go for Shaki, too. Because, it's like, why would they not go for Shaki? It's like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think... Couldn't they just pile their votes on Shaki? I think that maybe that's what happens, actually. Because that would make it 6-5, right? If they get Bentham and Luffy and put their votes on Shaki, yeah, that would get Shaki gone. So I kind of feel like maybe that's what they do. Maybe they pile their votes on Shaki. Shaki goes home 6-5. Which is a ridiculous vote, I mean. But, yeah, let's do it. I think that's fun. There we go. 6-5. Shaki is the boot. And now we are at the final 10. And the thing is, though, is again, I think Luffy and Ben, especially at this point where Luffy has a pretty close relationship with everyone left. I don't think, like, he wouldn't really. But then again, would he be upset at Ben Beckman and Yasop and them for like kind of manipulating him into voting for Shaki or like weaponizing him to vote for Shaki? I don't know, we'll see. So next immunity challenge, final 10. Casters balance on with 1 foot while stabilizing a ball against a hanging piece of wood. So again, endurance challenge. I think Luffy probably could win this one. Yeah, I think we'll give this one to Luffy. I think Luffy wins. And yeah, I mean, like, does he turn against that Yasop, Makino, Roo, and Beckman group now? Like, is he pissed off that they used him without him knowing? I could see that being the case. Who would he vote out, though? Like, I think he would probably vote out Lucky Roo. I don't know. I feel like the thing is here is that it's final 10, so Luffy, like, I think Bentham comes along with Luffy, so I mean that's really, yeah, it's kind of a situation where you can't really do anything without Luffy's votes. So because either way it'll become a 4-4 tie. So I think both sides accommodate to what Luffy would want at this point. Where I feel like Luffy, who does Luffy have the worst relationship with out of the? I think he has the worst relationship with Ben, right? I'm trying to think, because I know he has a good relationship with Yasop. I remember that. But does he have a good relationship with Luffy? I mean, because like Ben Beckman, Roo, and Yasop are like the 3 top guys for Shanks, right? So It's like, I don't remember, like, I feel like I remember, Rue being close to Luffy, right? Yeah, I'm kind of thinking they go for Beckman then. So we got Rayleigh, Law, Vivi, Hancock going for Beckman. We have the Yassip group probably going for Hancock. No, they'll go for Law. They're going for Law. Never mind. They're definitely going for Law. And really, I mean, at this point, it's pretty much just Luffy picking between the two. And I do feel like he would go for... I think he would go for Beckman in this situation. Again, I don't think he knows. Like, I mean, Luffy obviously got along super well with the Shanks group. So it's like he was technically friends with all of them. But then he's friends with everyone here at this point. So it's like, I feel like they vote out Beckman. Because I feel like Beckman was like the orchestrator behind the last vote. And I feel like Luffy would... I think Luffy would be upset anyone who plays the game. I think that's pretty much Luffy. I think that... which I just realized the original Red Tribe's being decimated here. Okay, so what's next? You know, I actually think we might just end here in terms of the actual game, just because I want to finish this season. So it's the foot challenge. Use your feet to unspool a rope to release blocks, and then use the blocks, stack the blocks into a tower. I kind of feel like that's something Luffy would do well at here. Yeah, I think Luffy wins again. I think Luffy wins his second immunity in a row. And now what? And we're at 9 now. So without Beckman there, I mean, we're left with Yassip, Makino, and Rue together. Again, we have Luffy and Bentham. And then I guess we have Boa, Hancock, Silvers, Law, and Vivi together. To be honest, I don't think that group's nearly as solid, but they kind of have to be just because, like, Yassip, Makino, and Rue are super solid. So, like, they're kind of the people on the outs. They need, like, and then really it's Luffy and Bentham, I guess, who are still the swing votes at this point. And who goes after who at this point? I think the Boa Hancock group is probably going after Yassip, but I think they're willing to go after someone else. Like, who would Luffy want to get gone at this point? I think really, probably Rue. I don't know. I think he probably sees Beckman as like the orchestrator of that move, and the other people being like bullied into doing it or something. So I could see Luffy just flipping back at this point, and then like wanting to get rid of someone like Law. I think out of the people that are left, I mean, there's Hancock, Rayleigh, Law, Vivi. I think he probably has the worst relationship with Law out of that group. But it's really tough to even... I mean, obviously, like, this is a really, like, arbitrary thing here. I feel like Law is the biggest threat in the game at this point in terms of someone who would probably win a jury... Actually, I don't know. Would he win a jury vote? Probably not, actually, now that I think about it. I mean... I think that's something I always get kind of mixed up with, like, my actual liking of the character and, like, how much of an underdog story it would be in this sort of series. Like, compared to, like, how many votes they would actually get if they made it to the end. And yeah, I don't... Actually, now that I think about it, I don't think Law would get many votes, actually. But, I'm actually looking up, these characters, just because, yeah, I don't really, like, so, I mean, like, I obviously, like, I think Luffy's really close to Rayleigh, pretty close to Hancock. I don't think it's like a... That could be more one-sided, really, but, I mean, he has a good relationship with Law, but I feel like Law... I don't know, I mean... And the thing is, like, again, I think he's close to everyone here. That's the thing. Let's see. How should we do this? This is tough, actually. I'm kind of thinking, the thing is, like, his relationships with the Shanks, like, the red hair pirates, essentially, that's kind of off-screen, isn't it? Like, a lot of that's off-screen, and, like, we do see a lot more of his relationships with people like Hancock, with Rayleigh, with Law. So, I don't know, I could see him staying by the original, that group, and then, like, I could see him going after the Shanks group again. I don't think he goes for Yassip, though. I don't think he would want to go for Yassip. I think he would go for Rue next. So there we go. We got, so I think it's a 6-3. Same votes as last time, where the 3, who do they go? I think they probably still go for Law, right? I think Law is still, like, sort of like the big target still. So I think Rue is the boot, 6-3. You know, I should look up Makino. I feel like that's someone I need to look up right now. Like, how great a relationship does Luffy have with Makino? I feel like, I mean, a really good one, right? I mean, like, is it enough to keep her in the game, though? Like, I don't know. Like, let's look this up. I mean, like, I think we gotta look this up. So, yeah, at this point, though, it's kind of, the control's in the other group's hands at this point. Okay, we're at Final 4. We're at Final 8 with that group being a group of 4, so... yeah, she knew Makino since she was a kid. Okay, so, I mean, whatever. Let's do immunity. Immunity is, castaways held onto the bottom of a pole. Okay, the statue thing. Who's left? Final 8. I mean, I think Law, I think Rayleigh could do well. I think Luffy, and I think probably Yassip. I think we give it to Yassip, really. I think we give it to Yassip this time. Yassip wins immunity. He really needed it. So Makino is the remaining other vote. So it's like, I think at this point, do they just agree to get rid of Law? I could see them agreeing to get rid of Law at this point, because it's like, yeah, I think Luffy has a really good relationship, obviously, with Hancock and Rayleigh. I think he has a good relationship with Vivi. I mean, he also has good, I think his relationship with Law is kind of on the same level as his relationship with Vivi. But then Vivi was part of his crew at one point, while, like, Law never was. So I think Law is the, I think the entire tribe just agrees to get rid of Law at this point. So everyone gets rid of Law. I think Law probably goes for, does Law go for Luffy? Yeah, I think Law might go for Luffy. Maybe he thinks that, like, that's his last chance. Like, he goes around, knows he's going home, then, like, tries to propose, maybe we get rid of Luffy. So Law gets a total of 16 votes this season. There we go. Law is the boot. And now we're at the final. We are at the final, what is that? The final 7? Yeah. So, what happens now? I mean, who wins immunity at this challenge? It is the race out through an obstacle course, swam back, swam out to retrieve a key, cross the course again, and solve a puzzle. This was like the 2-piece puzzle. I don't know. I mean, the thing is, I don't think there's many intelligent people left. I mean, we got Yassip, who's like whatever. I mean, we got Makino, is like kind of whatever. Luffy's actively dumb. Hancock is probably, again, more of a whatever. Rayleigh's pretty intelligent. Bentham, I don't know how intelligent Bentham. I think we give this to Rayleigh. I think Rayleigh wins this. I think Rayleigh might win out on these, like, a sort of endgame challenges of a, like, a shorter physical part than a big puzzle at the end. Like, I think that's Rayleigh's sort of thing, especially compared to this group. Again, I think if like Law was still in here, I feel like if Beckman was still in here, I feel like even if Doflamingo was still in here, I feel like they would win this. But with the field we're currently at, I feel like Rayleigh wins this immunity, and this could be a clusterfuck. We'll see. I mean, like, the thing is, we have Yasop and Makino together, we have Luffy and Bentham together, and then we have Hancock, Rayleigh, and I guess you could say Vivi together as well. So it's like, where does Luffy really want to go here? I think they probably go for Yasop at this point. I mean, the thing is, actually, they don't even need Luffy anymore. Well, I guess technically they need either Luffy or Bentham. So it's like, I don't know. I mean, do they go for Yasop? Yeah, I think they go for Yasop. I think even Luffy. And then, so it's 5-2. I think the two probably go for, who do Yasop and Makino go for? Could they go for Bentham? Or they go for, they would probably go for, like, Vivi or Hancock. Probably Hancock. There we go. 5-2. Sure. So 2 for Hancock. Okay. So we're at final 6. Again, we're just going to finish up the season here. So, I mean, that's really what this, to be honest, that's what this Let's Play pretty much is. It's just an excuse for me to play this out. Like, that's pretty much what this is. This and the JS Victory Stars +1. So, yeah. But yeah, we're at the final 6 now. And we have Makino, Luffy, Hancock, Rayleigh, Bentham, and Vivi. So, okay, who wins immunity now? Immunity is the staircase one, right? Staircase, and then, so again, very physical challenge with a puzzle at the end. Again, I don't, again, there's really no one who would be blatantly good at this. So again, I think Rayleigh is like good enough, I guess, for this. I think Bentham, how smart is Bentham? Bentham's not that smart, right? I'm trying to think. I don't think he's that smart. I'm actually looking this up. He's a deceivious guy. He usually tricks people with his devil fruit. I don't know. I'm trying to think. I think it's him and Rayleigh. I think we'll give it to Rayleigh still, though. I think Rayleigh wins immunity, and now we're at 6. So this is tough, actually. I don't think there's a. Man, Rayleigh's 78 years old. Try and look up Rayleigh, like, just to make sure I'm remembering him right. Like, he's a, like, obviously he's super strong and everything. At least he used to be. I mean, he's still strong as it is, but obviously not as strong as he used to be, you wouldn't think. But he is pretty, yeah, he's pretty intelligent too. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I do think he wins this. So again, Vivi, Bentham, Silvers, Rayleigh, Hancock, Luffy, Makino. I think this is tough. I think Luffy, again, Luffy has a relationship with every one of these people, so it's kind of tough. I think Hancock, Silvers, Rayleigh, and Luffy, like, they're seen together on screen. And so are technically Luffy, Bentham, and Vivi. I think Makino is the one that's kind of on the outs here. I think I think they vote out Makino here just because it's like, one, she has a lot of friends on the jury, and two, I just feel like you kind of gotta get rid of her. And I think Makino probably goes for probably Bentham at this point. Yeah, and then I think Luffy probably goes for Makino being pissed off that she's going for Bentham. Yeah, 5-1, whatever. Who cares? So she got 12 votes in the season. So the only person to not get any votes so far is Vivi. Here we go. We're at the final 5. Final 5 immunity is another obstacle course with puzzles. Yeah, I think Rayleigh wins this at this point. I don't know. I think Vivi could win this one. This one was won by Kelly Wentworth. So I think it's not super physical. Like, it's physical, but it's not like brute strength and endurance like the staircase one was. I think this one's a more balanced sort of physical challenge. So I think Vivi could still be in the running here. I think it's Vivi or Rayleigh. You know what? Let's give it to Vivi. Let's make it interesting, because I think Vivi. Actually, yeah, Vivi winning really makes it interesting, actually. Because I think Vivi actually, now looking at it, I think Vivi probably goes unless she wins immunity here. So, yeah, Vivi wins immunity, and it really becomes, I think Hancock and Rayleigh go for Bentham. I think Luffy goes for Hancock. I think. This is tough, actually. I don't know, does he go for Hancock? Does he go for... I don't think he goes for Rayleigh. I think he has a lot of respect for Rayleigh to the point where he doesn't want to get rid of him. So, I mean, really, it's him choosing between Bentham and Hancock. And I think whichever way he goes, I think Vivi goes as well at this point. I think he goes for Hancock. I think that's what happens. There we go. 3-2. Hancock is the boot. So are we left with... We're only left with one woman left right now. That being Vivi. But I do think if Vivi gets the yen, I could definitely see Vivi winning this. We will see, though. Like, I don't think Luffy's winning this, right? Like, I don't think anyone on the jury... I mean, there's a couple people, but I don't think many people on the jury really respect Luffy. Like, I think Luffy's definitely getting some votes. I mean, he's definitely getting, like, Hancock's vote and whatever. But, alright, final 4. Final immunity is Samotion. So, it usually takes a lot of focus, I think this is another Rayleigh challenge. Rayleigh wins immunity, and with Rayleigh winning immunity, I think this is where we get tough. I think it's Bentham votes for Vivi, Vivi votes for Bentham, Luffy and Rayleigh are kind of the swing votes. I think they go to a tiebreaker. I think that's what Luffy would think is fair. So I think Luffy goes for Bentham and Rayleigh. I think Rayleigh wants to vote out Vivi because he thinks Vivi is the bigger threat. But I think Luffy thinks it's fair for them to go to the tiebreaker. So who makes a fire out of Vivi and Bentham? I don't know. I think that's a really big clusterfuck. It's like, yeah, who wins a fire challenge between the two? Okay. Yeah, I'm looking up Vivi on the wiki right now. Vivi's been shown post time skip in the in anime. Like, I know she did in the manga. I didn't realize she had already been shown in the anime. Obviously, she's in the Reverie and all that sort of stuff. Which, by the way, I'm pretty sure her breasts got bigger, right? But whatever. That's Oda, so that's what you would think. Yeah, that's what I find funny about Vivi too. Is that obviously, like, the original plan for Vivi, if I remember right, was like when Miss Wednesday first showed up. It wasn't planned that was gonna be Vivi. Then like Oda decided, like, changed it last second. So it's like, it's funny, like, how, like, she's like, yeah, you can see. I'm looking at the pictures right now on the wiki. It's like her breasts are like pretty large as Miss Wednesday, but then like after that, like her breasts like significantly shrink. But it's like now they're back to being the same size, like in the modern day or whatever. But whatever, who cares? All right. Who wins the fire challenge? I think I think Bentham wins the fire. I still think Vivi goes home. I think Vivi comes so close here, but yeah, I think Vivi goes home still. With the fire making challenge. Yeah. So yeah, I think Vivi goes home. I feel like Bentham would be a better fire maker. I could be wrong, but I think that's the case. Yeah, I think we give it to yeah, to Vivi going home. So now it's time for the final jury vote. So let's go ahead and finish this up. This will probably be the last episode for today. I actually forgot I had some stuff going on. So let's go through the votes. So we got Jesus Burgess. I think out of Rayleigh, Bentham, and Luffy, I think he goes for Rayleigh. I think Rayleigh wins, by the way. I think Koza goes for Rayleigh. Yeah. I think Shocky goes for Rayleigh, obviously. I think Ben could go for Luffy. I think that one's up in the air. I think it could also go for Rayleigh though. I think Rue definitely goes for Luffy. I think Law goes for Rayleigh. I think he goes for Rayleigh. I think Yasop goes for Luffy. Makino goes for Luffy. Hancock goes for Luffy. Vivi is tough. I think Vivi might go for Luffy. I think Ben goes for Rayleigh though. So actually, Luffy actually comes super close to winning. Actually, Luffy does win. Is that right? Fuck. Luffy does win, doesn't he? Shit. I didn't want Luffy to win. Damn it, Luffy wins 6-5. Yeah, because Bentham votes for Luffy. God damn it. So close. So, shit. I didn't want that to happen. I guess that did happen. So. I'm going through the votes. Yeah, I think that happened. Shit. Unless Beckman can get Yasop to flip and Makino to flip. I don't think so though. Yeah, I think Luffy wins. Shit. Lucky Roo maybe? Could he get Lucky Roo to flip to Rayleigh? I think at this point though, where I'm doing this, I feel like this is really like stretching it to where crap. Yeah, I really don't want Luffy to win. Oh well. I mean, to be honest, I think it's better this way, to be honest, that he's not on All-Stars. Because I felt like that was like kind of one of the restricting things about Dragon Ball, the All-Star season of Dragon Ball when we played it out, was that like Goku was always the center of things. And like he was never really ever in danger either. Post-merge at least. Like once the good guys got the majority, it's like he's pretty much set to go to the end at that point. So yeah, I didn't love that about that season anyway. So I guess it's for the better, but shit, I didn't want Luffy to win though. I really didn't want Luffy to win. Yeah, I think that's what happens though. Yeah, he wins. So that's something. Luffy's the winner, 6-5-0. Yeah, not an ideal situation, but it is what it is. So, yeah, I guess we'll do season 2 later. Yeah, I was actually hoping to get further into the actual game today than this. And I was hoping to do another season of the Survivor thing, but yeah, I forgot I do have something going on in a little bit today. So, yeah, I thought it was a fun season though. It's a very fun first season. I think yeah. Now I think about it, the introduction of Luffy into things like really start to fuck with things, especially because the problem with One Piece compared to Dragon Ball is that there's still people who hate. There's a lot of characters who hate Goku still in Dragon Ball. A lot of the villains, because like they never reconcile. But like with One Piece, the tough thing about that is that a lot of the villains end up becoming his allies afterwards. So it's like there's never really a point. Like there's very few characters that actively hate Luffy in One Piece. if anything, there's just characters who aren't as close to him. So I think it's for the better, actually, that Luffy wins this season so that we don't have to use him ever again. I think it'll make the All-Star season a bit better. So yeah, that is it for this episode, though. That is it for this recording session, which, yeah, we finished up Shadow of War and recorded the first couple episodes of this Let's Play. But yeah, that's it for this. Thank you for watching.